This video is going to be about the life cycle of the customer and retention marketing. So it's going to be a bit in the weeds, but it'll make sense. So Jay Abraham, who has generated $21 billion for his clients and will only work with you if you're at 8 figures, says that there are 3 ways to grow a business. The first way is to get more customers. The second way is to increase the average transaction size, which is the AOV. And the third way is to increase the frequency of the purchase. And the best way to do this is with retention marketing. It does all 3. If you want to grow your business, you need retention marketing. You need it. You can build up to 6 or 7 figures without it, but it's much easier to get there with it, and it's easier to scale from 7 figures if you're at 6 figures, or to 8 figures if you're at 7 figures with retention marketing. And I'm going to explain why this is. It's because retention marketing helps you get the most out of the customer lifecycle. So what is the customer lifecycle? Let's get into it. So the life cycle of the customer is the buyer's journey from prospect to customer, to retained customer, to brand loyalty, and to the death or the losing of the customer. And then as you can see from this chart here, the initial prospecting is just a sliver of the life cycle, which means that the back end of your marketing funnel is crucial. This is true of every business. And this is especially true in e-commerce, where you're fighting for customer attention against thousands of other brands. As you can see from the graph, the front end or the top of the funnel is like the tip of an iceberg. So there's just this little bit at the very start, but there's all this at the end, right? Just like an iceberg. So having ads, free content, surveys, etc. to get traffic into your funnel is important, but you need a retention system in order to get through the full cycle of a customer. And what is the main source of retention marketing for an e-commerce brand? This is email. And I will be talking about Klaviyo since that's the ESP that we specialize in. So the necessity of a retention system. So first things first, some customers are just one and done. They're just going to buy one thing and then never buy from you again. And nothing can change this. But for the customers who could stick around, you need the system in place. Without it, there is a 0% chance that you will get the most out of them. So think of how this works. If a brand has no real welcome flow, then the life cycle is done at the hand-holding stage, right? So it ends here. This never happens. It's the same thing if there is no defend, maintain, grow, or retention stage, then there is no way to get to the reactivate stage, so it would end right here. Same with the reactivate and win back. If there's no sort of retention system in place, then there's no chance for this part of the customer life cycle. So again, if this isn't in place, it can never happen. You can never bring these people back. So what this looks like for a Klaviyo account is, you have all these flows for these different segments of the customer life cycle. So winning them over, it's the welcome flow, the browse abandonment flow, the cart checkout flow, or the cart abandonment flow, and the checkout flow, and there's a difference between these two. Then retaining them, so regular interesting campaigns that do more than just sell. The same abandonment flows, post-purchase flows, and review flows. And then rewarding them, so the VIP flow, special discounts, exclusive content, and then getting them back with a win-back flow. And then what this does is it extends the customer life cycle. So as you can see from this chart here, right, so you get them in, and you're prolonging, the so-called customer death with all these flows, or just in general in business. So if you don't have the time to do this for yourself, to set up all these flows, or if you're looking for somebody to do it for you, then you can work with us. We can set it up for you. We'll help you to get the most out of your customer lifecycle, and you can book a call at the link in the description to make that happen.